All right. Yeah, welcome to today's class. Today we want to look at if else, if else statement. Now, we are going to concentrate on this part. Else if. This actually helps you to achieve sequential logic, right? We are looking at we are looking at decision making in C, and we are looking at conditional statement. So we have treated if statement, we've treated if else statement. This is else if statement. So I am putting it as if else statement. Now to achieve this, we can use this where we want to choose the grade of a student in the class. Say if your grade is above 90, grade is if your mark is above 90, grade is A. If your mark is above 80, grade is B. If your mark is above 70, grade is C. S, grade is F. Now, how do we write that in decision making of C programming language? So, first, before I write this, let me show you the syntax of this statement. Now, if else if statement is you will write if, then we can say condition one or Boolean expression. Condition one. Now, if this condition is true, go in and carry out this code block. Say statement. And then you close it. Else, if, so you come here and you write else. If another condition, condition two, go in and carry out this statement. Can have multiple statements. Then you close that else if. Then if you want to have another else if, you can have as many else if as possible inside if else. So this is if else. You can have as many else if as possible inside one if else. Right? So I can write another else if again, but for the sake of the board, I'm just going to leave it as one else if. Then I can now say the else, which is the companion of this if. I will say else. Then I'll close, then I'll put my else statement. Then I'll close it. Now, this is the syntax for if else if statement. You can have, like I said, you can have as many else if statements inside if else statement. So if the condition is true, go in and carry this out. If this first condition is not true, you will now test for the second condition. If the second condition is true, you now carry this out. If none of this if condition is true, then the else statement will be printed out. Now, what is the flow chart for this? So you have something like this. You have something like this, right? Then, if this, so this is condition one. Condition one. Now, if this condition is true, then you come here and you do this, right? But if the condition is false, right? If the condition is false, then you have another if again that you are going to test. So you will come here and you do this, right? And then you test this again. So if it is true, you carry out this. So you can have as many if else inside if else statement. So I'm having just this. That means I'm writing this. This condition two. Condition two. Now, if this condition two is false, then all conditions are false of the if. Then we are going to carry out this S block. So this one will now give us the S block, right? So this one, this one, this one, everything will come here, right? So this is the end. So this is, if it is true, you do this. If it is false, then to carry out another if else again. So this one will be true, and this one will be false. Then this is statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, right? So this is the end. So this is our flow chart, right? These are our flow chart for this if else statement, and this is the syntax. So we are going to write a simple program now to grade the mark of students in the class. All right, so let's write a program. Okay, so I want to write a program to grade the mark of students in the class. So I'm going to say include stdio.h. Then here I'm going to say int my main function. Now I'm going to declare a variable, right? So I will declare a variable in the integer realm and I'll call it max. Then I'm going to assign a value to it. I can make this program interactive by bringing in the scanf, but for the sake of the board and the class, in order for the video not to be too long, I'll just assign the value to the mark. So I will say 80, right? Then I'll make this. Then I'll say if then my condition max greater than or equals to 90, right? Go in and print f grade A. Go to a new line. Else if, so this, we close it. Then I say else if max is greater or equals to 80, right? Print f grade B. So I'm closing this here, right? And then I will say else print f grade C. Yeah. Then this one, I will close it here. Then I will say return 0. Then this one, I will close it. All right, so this is my program. This is my program. I am saying int, I'm declaring the variable max inside the integer data type, which is the integer rem. Now I'm assigning a value which is 80 to it. Now I have my if condition. So if max is greater or equals to 90, now mark is 80. So mark is not up to 90. It's not going to enter. So it will enter this if block, right? Then it will come back to this one and test the condition again. If max is greater or equals to 80, now mark is 80. So it's going to enter this if and print out the block. So it will print out grade B. That's what it's going to print out on the screen. Else, it will print out grade C. Now, so this one will give me an output as grade B. Now, if I change this to 70, right? It will come in here, it will not enter this block. It will come in here, mark is 70, is not greater than or equals to 80. So this and this are not true. So this is 70. It will just come to this S block and print F, grade is C. So this one will give me grade C, right? Then it will return to the operating system. So that is the else if block. So you can have as many else if inside if else. So I can have else if for this, then I can have another else if mark is greater or equals to 70, grade C. Then I can have another one again like that for all the marks until I get to maybe 50 or so. So you can have as many else if inside if else statement. That's what I want to show you in this class. So let's go to code blocks. Let me demonstrate this for you to see. So you can see that you can use this else if to actually obtain a sequential flow, which is what? Sequential logic. So I told you sequential logic, conditional logic, and iterative logic. So you can use this to achieve it. So let's go to code block and let me demonstrate this for you to see. All right, so these are code blocks. Now I actually have the full script here. I had to reduce it on the board because of the size of the board. Now here I created a variable max, and then I assign 65 to it. If mark is greater or equals to 90, print F, grade A. S, if mark is greater or equals to 80, grade B. S, if mark is greater or equals to 70, grade C. Else, if any of these, I told you can have as many else if statements inside if else statement. So in this case now I'm having two else if. On the board I demonstrated with one else if. So I'm having two else if, and then the final else. If none of this is true, this will print out as grade F, and then I'll return the value. So looking at this 65 is not within this 90, 80, and 70. So it's going to print out grade F on the board. So let's compile it and run. So you see, it's showing you, it's printing out grade F, which is this one, right? So if I change this to 85, and then I compile it and run, it's going to print out grade B. You see, grade B. That is what is printing out because it tested the first if. Mark is greater or equals to 90. That is not true, so it will not enter. It will come to the second one and test again. Else, if mark is greater or equals to 80, so that is true, it will enter that block and print out grade B, and that is what it just did on the board, right? And then if I change this to 92 and then I run it again, it's going to print out grade A. So you see grade A, because it's testing the first one. If mark is greater or equals to 90, mark is 92. So it's going to go in and test this and print out this. Once any one is true, it will let's go the rest. It will not test the remaining condition again. It will now print out that output. So that is how it picks a specific condition from among all the possibilities. That is what we are saying. We are looking at conditional logic. So logic, conditional logic. And then you can see how it's following the sequence. If this is true, it will move to the next one and test. If this is false, it will move to the next statement, next condition and test sequentially until it gets the one that is true, and then it will manifest that one outside. So that is what I have to show you in this class. If you have come with me this far, do not forget to subscribe. So till we see in the next class, bye-bye.